And hello everyone, Peter here once again with another blindfolded drawing. This is the second one of these I've done, and I think I'm getting better at it. I'll take any improvement I can see, and try not to chalk it up to just dumb luck, which is what it kind of feels like when it comes to these blindfolded drawings. I set out, before I started, I set out for myself a couple of pens and a couple of gray-toned markers. I don't know why I like the gray-toned markers for these blindfolded drawings. I used them last time too, but I do like them, so I use them. I don't really use them in my normal drawings lately these days, but for this, I do, and so whatever. It's interesting with these drawings. The only time where the paper, the reality of the paper, what's going on there, and the what's going on in your head exactly match up are when the paper is completely blank. As soon as you put that first mark onto the paper, the reality on the paper and the image in your head part ways, and they both go down separate roads. It's like there's a fork in the road there, and they never meet up again until you take the bandana or your blindfold off at the end of the drawing and look and see, and then the image in your head, that road goes off a cliff and dies a terrible death, and the only reality left is the one there on the paper. And it's like interesting, of course. Like I said before, this time again I put on some music and some kind of electronic music. I think I was like I don't remember what it was exactly, but something in it. And I was kind of I went into a trance. When you've probably heard this before, that like when you're deprived of one sense, your other senses are heightened. And there's like, I'm not saying that I could suddenly smell really good, or my sense of touch was so good that I could like feel the lines on the paper or something. I didn't notice any of that, but like I think my sense of imagination, I think there are more than five senses. I haven't bothered to write them all down, but whatever, like other things started going on inside my head that don't usually go on inside my head. And it was, it was quite entertaining. I think I'll try this more. It takes a certain kind of patience to keep drawing and not take off the blindfold when you really want to see what's really going on. And if you're doing the right thing, you've got to keep, I don't know, it's weird. And one of the main things where I'm totally wrong about, that I'm totally wrong about all the time, is that I usually think that the paper is much more covered in ink than it really is. I'm sitting there making all these lines with my pens, and I'm like concentrating on like a certain part, and I think I've got to leave this part of the paper alone now. It's got to be just completely covered in ink now. There's no way like even like a speck of white is showing, and I kind of want to accomplish that in a few spots. I want there to be some dark areas, some, like, even if I'm like trying to color it in, eventually when I take off the blindfold at the end, I find out that I've accomplished almost nothing, and it's just crazy. The paper is much bigger than it seems in that regard. And I really do like these little drawing experiments, like the drawing with the left hand and drawing blindfolded. Maybe I'll try drawing with both hands at the same time, or the thing where some people, like, maybe I'll like strap some binoculars to my face, or maybe try strapping binoculars to my face like backwards so everything looks really far away. I don't even know if that'll make a difference, or maybe I'll try drawing looking through a kaleidoscope or something. I just thought of that on the spot. Actually, I'm really excited about that now. I don't even know if that's like a realistic. Anyways, but yeah, I would recommend this to anyone and everyone. It's just even like, it's not about drawing something or anything. It's about like seeing what happens and enjoying the process. Put some music on that you like, or even some music that you don't like, or no music. Enjoy. If you don't put on any music, you'll probably like start hearing all sorts of weird things, and as long as those weird things don't bother you, you'll be all right. It'll probably be some weird kind of like Zen experience for you if you're into that sort of thing. And I certainly do go into some weird sort of trance, or I don't know. It looks like what I drew here was like a weird kind of explosion, or I don't know. It certainly didn't turn out how I expected, but it turned out far more epic and like action packed than I expected. So I was really happy with this one, and yeah, I'll definitely try it again. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye.